Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for your communication. I felt that that is extremely important, what you have set on record. Because I went to bed a very worried man last night, Mr. Speaker. As a leader in the House, Mr. Speaker, and more so a servant of the people, I felt that my very authority and fidelity to the rule of law was being challenged. There are many things that citizens can say about Parliament. But, Mr. Speaker, you will agree with me that one of the things that this House is most celebrated for is how we conduct impeachment trials in the chambers of this House. Over the years, Mr. Speaker, as I have been a member of this House, and those that have been here long enough know that at the conclusion of every impeachment trial, Mr. Speaker, notwithstanding how the impeachment ends, this House has always been commended for how it carries out its duty, and it's celebrated for that. I felt, Mr. Speaker, that the judges yesterday night almost swept our work and wanted to throw us under the bus, Mr. Speaker, erroneously so. Mr. Speaker, it need not be lost to those particular judges, like you have correctly cited, Mr. Speaker, that on that particular afternoon when we resumed, this House was ready to present the opportunity to be heard to the client that was before us. Unfortunately, first of all, his advocate, if I recall very well, and I indeed do, Mr. Speaker, told us as a House to our shock that as the advocate on record, I can tell you I don't know where my client is. Then after a few minutes, 30 minutes later, Mr. Speaker, and you granted the opportunity that Advocate Paul Mwite goes to search for his client. 30 minutes later, he returned to this House empty-handed, Mr. Speaker, and said, I am now informed that actually my client has been taken ill. This House requested, Mr. Speaker, as any constitutional organ would, Mr. Speaker, for at least some form of evidence to support that. All Mr. Mwite needed to do, Mr. Speaker, was to inform the House that, give me a few minutes, Karen Hospital, where his client is supposed to have been admitted, Mr. Speaker, is barely 20 to 30 minutes from here, if he had physically to go there, or, Mr. Speaker, given the magnitude of the matter that was before us, he could have asked for an email from that particular hospital confirming what was happening. Therefore, to wrongly accuse this House, Mr. Speaker, that we denied Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua an opportunity for fair trial, Mr. Speaker, I felt, Mr. Speaker, that that should not go without challenge. I am happy that you have put it on record, Mr. Speaker, that as a Senate of this Republic, we shall be challenging that finding because we completely disagree with it. We did our work, Mr. Speaker, with utmost good faith, Mr. Speaker. Lastly, on this particular item of fair trial, Mr. Speaker, and maybe I could say this, listening to the judges yesterday, Mr. Speaker, as I have always argued on many occasions, that there is a clear struggle by members of our bench in this country, Mr. Speaker, to understand the procedures of this House. Either they humble themselves and invite an invitation, Mr. Speaker, for a sort of understanding between us as a legislature and them as a judiciary, so that they better understand our procedures, Mr. Speaker, as opposed to them trying to invent and guide us on how we do some of these procedures. I listened actually with utmost shock. One of the judges argued, Mr. Speaker, that it was faulty for us to elect to trial an impeachment by way of committee of the whole, that we were only supposed to do it by a 10-man committee. I could not believe it, Mr. Speaker, that is a judge of the High Court of the Republic. It is my hope, Mr. Speaker, that these obvious errors which I see judges continue to make on the work of Parliament, Mr. Speaker, that between you as a Speaker and the Chief Justice, that one day you shall organize a colloquium where we can educate each other on procedures of both houses, as opposed to one party appearing to guide the other on procedures of the other arm of government and doing it so wrongly. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, while I celebrate this, Mr. Speaker, I want to agree that we must enter, Mr. Speaker, a notice of appeal in the quickest time possible, because this cannot remain unchallenged. We did our work in utmost good faith, Mr. Speaker, and McHugh appearance by speaking was not the only way of trial that we could have done on this matter. Remember, there were already affidavits that were before us sworn by the same individual, Mr. Speaker, informing us of his responses to all the matters that were before us. Therefore, listening to him was just to confirm what his affidavits were telling us. Therefore, it is not fair to say that we never granted him an opportunity to be heard by this House. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I agree with that decision. Thank you so much.